Hello, my name is Doug Currier. I'm the author of Senorita Death. One gets to a certain age when one's parents and older relatives, friends, acquaintances, and some of those well known that one doesn't know, actors, musicians, artists, authors, begin to die off from illness, trauma, and merely age. When this begins to happen and one recognizes it, one begins to ponder the inevitable, which seems more inevitable, death. Senorita Death seems, in part, to be my whistling in the dark, a way of coming to grips with the fact that we will all die. So I'll read you a couple poems from the collection. Addiction. I'm too old to be addicted to anything but death. So varied, so close, I can smell her breath, one night alcohol, another embalming fluid, gasoline or highway exhaust. She had me at birth, and even when I ignored her, I didn't. Who can forget his first love, his out, his exit, his ride home, that beautiful woman at the curb, motor running, ready to floor that son of a bitch into oblivion. This one's entitled Building a Death. We play at this, rehearse an advance directive, living will, dole out organs selflessly, pretend a nonchalance in the leaving, wait a week or so, no tubes, no appliances, for God's sake, no undue expense. Ever mindful of others, we pile on the after effects, the tasteful music meant to mediate our departure, the decorations, flag draped and solemn, floral and candle lit to befit whom we were, the really last words. We prescribe as if someone's listening, as if we will hear any of it from that narrow hallway, the bathroom light on at the end. We've always left a light on for those poor bastards stumbling ahead in the dark. Cheating death. Always a good sport, she let me have a wife, children, then grown children, even let me stray some, feel a little immortal before reminding me of her claim. She gave me more years than I ever expected, and no more pain than I could bear. I went out on her, stood her up a lot, moved along, telling her what I thought she wanted to hear. She just sat there with that throaty laugh, drumming her fingers on the bar. I'm in good company, and not without a school. The graveyard or churchyard poets in the 18th century, precursors of the Gothic novel and the Romantic literary movement, wrote meditations on human mortality, reflections on death and the afterlife. Thomas Gray's Elegy Written in a Country Churchyard is a good example, but there were several poets who belong in this tradition, including Goldsmith, Cooper, Smart, and Keats. This was entitled Waiting. Those things you miss that you simply don't know you miss. Those people who come to you in sleep, whose cryptic conversations fueled by dream that fade in sunlight, those scents and sensations from times so far in the past as to be forgotten. Great things you've done, as if you'd ever be allowed to relive any of those ebullient moments when you had hope and did not know death in all her patient, seductive waiting. Last piece of sky. Death can be a beautiful woman as well as not. It helps to personify this final piece before the jigsaw puzzle no one can predict is complete. Almost finished, that last piece of sky, fallen as it has under the table, and such a pain in the ass to get at. Almost within reach. At this age, in this stage of old and infirm, I write poems about dying as if I won't ultimately live them out. But it helps to know that I'm expected, that it may not be all fog and forgetting as the final piece fits into this simple intricacy that is death. Finally, I'd like to read Shoes. It says an epigraph from a poem by Joy Harjo entitled Death is a Woman. I can already see my own death trying on my shoes and leafing through my books, as if she were in a dentist's waiting room with nothing better to do. My shoes won't fit, but that does not stop her rifling my closet, gauging the size of my life, trying on hats and scarves and jackets in the mirror at the end of the hall. She goes through the drawers of my desk, at best with idle interest, palming whatever is small enough to take, that won't be missed. She's unworried. She's nonchalant. She knows how it all ends. She knows she won't get caught. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy Senorita Death.